Before introducing his opponent, I would like to stress that this introduction will be in all caps.
I want you to know 3 facts in life. Water's wet, grass is green, and Warhorse rules ass!
Hello, in this video we're talking about Warhorse and how he went from the Viking War Party to Warhorse Jake Parnell to just dropping the name completely and becoming the Warhorse that we know today. It's very fun to say his name Warhorse because I feel like I have to say it in all caps every single time. Warhorse! Jake Parnell got his start in the Viking War Party. Occasionally he was billed as the Littlest Viking, which I think is just a ridiculous name compared to Warhorse. I'm glad he dropped that eventually. This team kicked ass, but what do you think, Red?
They're fun.
They're cool.
They are super fun. I love that. I thought they gelled real well. Warhorse makes more sense as a Viking when he's surrounded by them. You're right. I hate the Littlest Viking. I would have called him Bruiser the Viking.
Yeah.
I think Bruiser is a good term for a scrappy little guy. And call him Bruiser the Viking, or the Viking Bruiser, or something like that, you know?
Do something with it. They had a lot of cool double team moves, or triple team moves, or whatever, I thought they worked really well as a trio. They ended up disbanding for mysterious purposes. I haven't found any official reason online, like no one's explained it. I don't know where the other two guys went, or what they're doing now, but they all just disbanded.
One or more of them probably broke the Viking code, and that's probably why they disbanded. Viking code is very mysterious.
What is the Viking code?
No one knows.
Oh, you don't know either. That's why it's mysterious.
I'm not a Viking, Moet.
Yeah. The way you're saying it, I'm like, don't give this up for me. I'm not a Viking. What do you mean?
But their entrance was my favorite part, where they're just tossing chairs immediately in the ring. They're just like literally pillaging the audience. I thought that was the coolest thing. They were raiding the audience. They were just grabbing chairs from them, from underneath their butts, throwing it in, go in the ring, just fucking stomping around.
Oh, so fun. Jake Parnell kept his Warhorse nickname in ring gear after Viking War Party disbanded, leaning into the idea of a lone Viking warrior. One of his long-running feuds during this time is with Gary J, and pretty much every match I've found between the two of them are fantastic. However, it did lead to an infamous last man standing match between them, which ended with them tearing apart the entire ring. It does something to me, which is silly. Like, I just feel like the ring is a sacred spot, and I take it for granted as a sacred location until someone starts ripping it up, and there's just something primal in me that's just like, you can't do that! What are you doing? You know? And it really, like, it breaks some sort of rat brain part of me, you know, that's like, no! You're supposed to fight in there, you know? Use the rules! So.
I think I've fallen to the same issue with that at first. Is like immediately I'm like, you're ruining the illusion, you know? You're taking, like, you're ripping up the mat, you're seeing the padding, you're seeing how the sausage is made, but then I lost that because I'm just like, if wrestling is art, you should be able to do whatever you want with the canvas, as long as it's the last match of the night and you're not nuking everyone else after you. I think it's a cool thing to do, to throw them on the boards.
Did you see where he got the turnbuckle spike?
Lord.
That is nasty. I'm sorry for sending it to you.
Yeah, I'm sorry you did too.
I warned you though. I said
you did warn me.
It's gross. It's gross. But
so you don't see it happen. But I thought that was an incredibly irresponsible thing for the other guy to do. I know they probably talked about it beforehand. Oh, I'm gonna put this thing in your mouth. I'm gonna throw you outside, and you're just gonna sell it. You know, like I fish hooked you. But boy, do you not like put it in his mouth, but don't hook his cheek in real life.
Yeah.
You know, like there's so little that you could do to protect yourself from that besides taking it out entirely.
I personally feel like it was more of an accident than a reckless act, but either way, Warhorse got his lip split open from that spot. I believe it was from the tension that the other 3 ring posts gave to the turnbuckle spike, which made it snap out of his mouth. Pretty soon after this match, he decided to drop the Jake Parnell name completely and just go by Warhorse.
Weighing in at over 4,000 pounds of heavy metal, this is Warhorse!
He wrestles a very tight style. Like, nothing really looks phony. I feel like he's hard hitting. I love the idea of the double stomp. I think those are really fun, and I love the idea that he has like kind of this go-to maneuver that he could apply in different ways. I also love his chops, his overhand chops, which I think are real fun. What is with the chopping the turnbuckle?
Oh, he does the chopping the turnbuckle, but he would also do headbutting the turnbuckle earlier on in his career, and he probably stopped that, which is a very good idea as well, just for longevity's sake. I think that's just like a Viking thing. I think that's part of like this like I'm crazy kind of style, you know. I'm into it. I think it adds like a sense of like, and you know, this like this insane energy to it.
The minute you said that he used to headbutt the turnbuckle, I love that. I love that idea, and I know what you're saying, like you shouldn't headbutt a turnbuckle because of concussions and CTE. But there's a way to gimmick that. You know, you don't have to hit the turnbuckle. He's got long hair. You just get close enough. You stomp your foot. People will get into that, and it looks like you're moshing. It looks like you're headbanging. And I think he needs to incorporate more headbanging into it. If you want going heavy metal, go heavy metal. You know, he went up to a fan one time and high-fived them. And like he'd like, you know, do the regular like pumping up thing. I want him to like knock someone down and then just fucking rage dance.
Like, I think MMA has really influenced wrestling into this like reality style over the last like decade. So I love that we're coming around now full circle back to 80s, 90s cartoon era. I think about Orange Cassidy as like the best mainstream example now, where he truly works in this like magical way when the entire crowd is behind him. If the entire crowd's like screaming for him and like ooh ah, and it's like little like kicks, like it's magic. And yeah, that I think makes me excited for Warhorse to see what he's like in an arena full of people that all get what his gimmick is, and him like feeding off of that energy. Yeah. Did you see the Twitter promos that he's been doing?
I love them. I also had, at first I watched them and I immediately grew issues with them. But then after I just realized like, oh no, he's making one every day. He's doing great. Yeah. He's doing absolutely great. The first Twitter video, the first Twitter promo that you sent me was him just walking around the suburbs. And it was him talking to Cody. But he's just walking around this, like his backyard. And I thought immediately, like, oh, this is amateurish, and that was my I don't know why I thought that, and like I could do better, but the idea, I was just a little bit hit wrong. But then I heard the content, I loved it. I think he's very funny. The next one with the selfie video where he's in front of the sink, just so you're like, oh, like rocks like hell, just like fucking, he's like, well, Ultimate Warrior.
No way.
Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, none of that shit.
And the best one was that last one where he's just like, he said something about where's my money?
Oh yeah, because he's doing the Cody Rhodes thing.
You think Warhorse didn't hear you coming? Warhorse hears everything. Where's my money?
Each one you sent me, besides the where's my money one, the two that you sent me, I started off not liking them and I ended up liking them at the end. So I feel like that's a good sign. But I will say, if you're going up against Cody and you're making promo videos, don't walk around your neighborhood. Like, that's good for like your indie dates, but you're going up against, like, make them look a little better than you normally would, because it's a special thing that you want people to see.
Oh no. So that's exciting. Did you see the hashtag no. Cody Fears Warhorse?
No.
That's pretty much the reason why he's getting his shot.
Oh, is that the reason? Oh, so these videos are the reason that he's facing Cody?
So back in July, Cody sent a tweet asking, who do you want to see answer the open challenge? And it got flooded with people asking for Warhorse. The Cody Fears Warhorse hashtag was created from this thing. And then anytime Cody would be like, talk about a new open title match, people would be like, why are you dodging Warhorse? What's happening? When's Warhorse getting his chance? You fear Warhorse. And then he had to comment on it. It's like, and then every time, not only would the fans do that, but Warhorse started to get in on it too. So every week he would start just tweeting at AEW with these like images of him, like, you know, just rocking out or something. So this is like a huge social media campaign for the last like 2 months.
I take back everything I said about Warhorse. I am such a fan of that type of marketing.
Yeah.
You know, getting your name out there and kind of forcing a response. I think you sold me. You completely sold me.
That's what I find so exciting. And that's why I say that I think this is a huge opportunity and a huge moment for independent wrestling that he's getting this chance, because it shows anyone can do this. If they're talented enough, they have the right character that fits them, and they can create that social media buzz, like AEW will listen in a way that WWE or other companies might not.
Try this one on. How about that Warhorse kid?
I'm excited about Wednesday. I think it's because of what you said. Like, I wasn't, in all honesty, watching his stuff and seeing him go. I'm just like, oh, cool. He's fun. I'm going to enjoy the match probably because I like him as a wrestler. And I'll see his gimmick on TNT, which is cool. But the fact that he created that match and the fans push for it makes me so much more excited, because it kind of it put AEW on the spot where they had to do it, and I love that. I love that type of momentum.